All right. So it's now approaching the end of January 3rd, 2014. And I must say, I'm really liking this challenge. It's going really well. Um, so, yeah, I start my give back started early in the morning. I took a load of shirts into Goodwill. Yeah, I didn't go to the gym today. Probably should have because I was enjoying some more Christmas treats, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah, and tonight I was at Starbucks in Chapters over by Masonville, and I was sitting there with my buddy Mike, and we were just chatting away and going over some strategies and whatnot. And yeah, I was like, okay, well, I still haven't completed one last thing on my list. So I got up and I heard there's a group of girls there talking about, they mentioned St. Mary's, so I went over to them and started talking with them. And it turns out they were talking about the school St. Mary's, not the actual town, but whatever. So I moved on from there, and I tried to pick this one guy and just try to spark up a conversation. He was just completely in his own world, so I moved on. Ended up talking with a guy who worked for a U.S. company. Asked him if he was interested in looking at an opportunity, and he said no. Well, he said not right now. Kind of busy with other things, so whatever. I just gave him a card and said, you know what, if you are interested down the way, give me a call. So I was like, okay, well, I gotta try this again. And actually, right after I finished talking with that guy, another guy who was sitting close by, he came up and started talking with Mike and I, and he was talking about what he does. He goes to Western, and he was talking about he studies linguistics. I hope I'm saying that right. Maybe. And yeah, so he knows like all these different languages. And he just said that as he was walking by and on the way to the washroom. So I looked at Mike. I basically said like I got to talk to this guy. So yeah, so he came back and continued on the conversation. Got some more info out of him, and I just basically said, hey, would you be interested in looking at another income opportunity? He said, yeah, he was interested, and I actually wanted to show you this because this is the first one for 2014. So I covered up his information there, but there you go. That's his name, Robert. And yeah, so he was interested. Got his information. Going to follow up with him next week. And yeah, it'd be good to get something going just before going to Ottawa. And yeah, so like I said, I'm excited, having fun, and this is only the third day into it, so it's only going to get better from here. And yeah, so until next time. All right, so it's now officially the end of January 4th, 2014. And I gotta say, this challenge just gets better and better every day. Yeah, I gave back. I saved a bird's life today, which I think was pretty awesome. I came home from the gym, and I was trying to open the door, and I kept hearing this scratching going on in the eaves trough. So I kind of checked it out and went in, grabbed a screwdriver, and pulled everything apart. And sure enough, there was a little bird inside. So I just tilted it down, and out he went. So I'm considering that my give back, because if it wasn't for me, that bird would probably be dead by now. And another thing, which was really cool to hear, was I've inspired a couple people to actually set some goals, and they're going to work on trying to achieve them by the end of the year. So, you know what? That's awesome. Good luck with that. And yeah, we'll have to see how everyone does by 2015. So yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, I gave back. Went to the gym, had a great workout today. I was there for about an hour and a half, which was awesome. And yeah, I went about having to get the rest of my stuff all geared up to bring back here. And yeah, so I went out and recorded a song, or finished recording a song with my good buddy Sean Lockreed. It's going to be a good one. Pretty psyched about that. So the third objective today was, as you know, go out and talk to someone about either piquing interest for the business or becoming a customer. My buddy Mike, we went out, hit up a Starbucks, and I saw this gentleman walk in, and again, buzzer went off. Like, I got to talk to this guy. He's he walks in, he projects confidence, and he projects some kind of business sense. That was the vibe that I instantly got. I didn't even talk to him yet. So I was like, okay, well, got up and had to use the washroom, came out, sparked up a conversation. Just basically how it went was I said to him, like, what is it that you do? And that was basically how I started the conversation. Like, what is it that you do? Because you walked in here and yeah, you just had a certain vibe going on. What's your story? And so yeah, he just opened up, and he was he's an online coder, and he's got customers all around the world, just wicked. And yeah, he was just giving me this huge speech about Paul Higgins. I think that was his name. He's an alumni at Fanshawe apparently, and he's a big shot movie director living down in LA. So that was pretty cool. Just gave me some motivation, and I didn't even bring up the business yet. He just kind of gave me some motivation. He's talking about perseverance, and if you want to do something, you want to be the best at it, because he basically summarized it more or less like Ricky Bobby said: if you're not first, or if you ain't first, you're last. So yeah, it was pretty cool, and the whole time talking with him, that's basically, this is what I've picked up so far. Is, you start a conversation, you kind of pick up the vibes, and yeah, the whole time talking with him, I was like, wow, this guy is this business would totally work for him. So at the end, like, he knew. I told him that I was going to Fanshawe and whatnot, which sparked the Paul Higgins story. So yeah, I just said to him, I was like, you know what, I got to introduce you to someone. Do you keep your business options open? And he kind of thought about it. He's like, yeah, you know what? And yeah, he, once again, I'll try to cover up the this info there, but here you go. So that's number 2 on the year, and yeah, so I completed all my daily activities, got some smiles, got some laughs, and yeah, got another contact. So it's looking good, and yeah, stay classy. Good evening. It's today. Today is January 5th. So 5 days in now. 5 days in, and I gotta say, I know I just keep saying this, but yeah, this is unbelievable. So yeah, it's been an amazing day. Today, I got up, I shoveled out 3 driveways. One was just giving a neighbor lady a hand, but 3 driveways in total, and yeah, that includes our own. So went down to Tim Hortons to I had to go online and check out my room, get all that settled for next week, and so I'm in there, and buddy who I haven't seen in a couple of years strolls in right away, sits down, we start chit chatting, and yeah, I brought up my business and kind of what I'm doing, but I wasn't gonna count that because I didn't actually come out with actually peaking him or saying we got to get together and yeah, so went out to work, went out and jammed with Holler and Shines for the last time before I leave. Yeah, and then went to the gym today, which I didn't expect to do, but there we go. I went to the gym. It's 2 days in a row. Following that, I was like, okay, well, I'm not technically counting what happened at Timmy's earlier. I'm not counting that as my talk to someone. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'll go to the usual location. Went to the Starbucks in Chapters. Was walking around there forever, and there was hardly any people in there. But I walked up and I started a conversation with probably 4 or 5 people in there. Did not get any anything worth carrying on. Like everyone I talked to is kind of like they're in their own world, and I don't know. I was not feeling it. I was not picking up the vibes, and it was, sometimes that's a learning curve. I guess sometimes that's going to be the way it is, and maybe I just got to push harder and work harder at opening them up. So yeah, I get better that way, and so I was like, you know what, my last chance. So stopped in at Tim Hortons on my way home in St. Mary's, and yeah, another guy that I haven't seen in a while just happened to be hanging out there. So yeah, so just kind of caught up, talked about, hey, what are you up to now? I told him I was doing my own thing. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? And I went into my car and I grabbed my card and I was like, you know what? Some of those bills I might be able to save you some money. So he's like, right on. Took it in good faith, and yeah, so a couple peaks for customers. I'm still having fun. It gets better and better every day. This is 5 days in. I still have 360 more days of this. It's going to be a fun challenge. So yeah, until next time, stay classy.